Okay, so occasionally it's time to go back and revisit things that I've gotten to work or semi-work or put my hands on and never gotten back to. This is one of those cases, not literally, but this is an Optiplex. It's a 3050 that I swapped in, and I took the 7700 that came out of it, the i7 7700 that came out, and I was going to use that CPU in a different one. You may remember the video. I'll put the link to it up in the top somewhere, so you guys can look at that video. But yeah, the problem is I did not secure the heatsink down very well. And so it just kind of bounced around inside the case, and when I moved it around, it bent some pins. I did get it up and running, but I haven't done any stress tests or anything like that on it yet. So today, we're going to go back and revisit that. Eventually, I'll put a video card. I'm thinking maybe the RTX 3050 would be good to test in here with this i5 7500. And just get an idea of where we are with this, and if it's a decent PC. Obviously, we're going to have to do some finagling if we want to try to make this last more than, say, October of this year for Windows 11. But, yeah, in the time being, let's see if we can get this up, running, stress test, and make sure that I really did a decent job on that CPU instead of just getting it to post into the BIOS. Yeah, hang with me. Hopefully we did okay. So we got the CPU in there. I did go ahead and make sure there was an NVMe drive. Just a regular Team Group 256 gig. Yeah. Looks like it's coming up. So give me a second. We'll do a little bit of a stress test. And we'll see what kind of results. Just to make sure that that 7500, that I bent all the pins back like they're supposed to be. And then it's good to go. And we can kind of, yeah, just stress this out a little bit and see. Make sure that everything's on the up and up. Maybe slap a video card in here, see what she can do in a couple of games. Yeah, next step, we're going to go ahead and run Cinebench, so give me just a second. All right, we've established that it's working, that we can, we've got an operating system and all that stuff. We've benchmarked it or tested it in Cinebench R23, but now we want to put a video card in and play a couple of games and see if it holds up to stresses like, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Cyberpunk, stuff like that. Yeah, so we'll run a couple of those. We're just going to do this in 1080p. I just want to make sure that, yes, we did fix this properly when we did it before, because I never got a chance to go back and test it. And I want to make sure that if I do end up moving this PC along somewhere else or use it for another purpose, that it is working and I don't have to worry about issues. Oh yeah, it posted to BIOS and so I can sell it like that. No, I want to make sure it's in good working condition and it's good to go to the next owner. And we're going to do that with this animal, the RTX 3050. Out of the budget segment, like the RX 6400, the ARC A380, or maybe even the A580, or this 3050, this is the one that usually performs the best and doesn't have as many limitations. This thing does not take external power, so we're in good shape there, just like the A380 or the 6400. But this should be a much, much better video card. It's got 6 gig of memory. We should be able to get some testing done, at least in 1080p, and see how she performs. And so, yeah, let's do that. All right, that CPU is definitely under some stress. That's what we wanted. Still holding temps pretty well. Still showing some decent frame rate. Yeah, I think we're in okay shape here. So the focus of this experiment was not to see if the RTX 3050 was a decent video card. We know it's okay. For a budget card, it's all right. It might still be slightly overpriced, but it'll perform pretty decently. My focus here was to make sure that I did that repair on the processor, the CPU socket, on that motherboard after I was careless and bent some pins. I did test it before just to make sure that it posted, but I never got a chance to stress test it. And so now I'm pretty confident that whatever repairs I've done, I'm bending the pins back the way they are supposed to be, that whatever CPU I put in there, I believe is going to handle it pretty well. Right now it's got a i5 7500 in there. It's a 4-core 4-thread. We might try to experiment later with a 4-core 8-thread like a 7700, putting it back in, but I don't feel I really need to test it with that. I think it's doing fine, especially with that RTX 3050. Now, we'll kind of show some benchmarks here. The thing to keep in mind here is we're not testing,
either one of these to see how well they do. We're pretty good. We're in good shape getting 60 frames per second on 1080 high or 1080 medium, or maybe some games 1080 low. And then we'll also look at, say, CS2, which is an esports title, where we're also able to get 60 frames per second on 1080 high, but I would have liked to have gotten more than that. The point is not to see what my frames per second or how well it did necessarily, as much as trying to make sure I could stress that CPU out so that it could run at 95, 98, 100% for a while doing some of these tests, and was it going to fail? That we weren't going to have issues or problems, or the whole thing just shut down on me. And we got through it pretty well. Full day and a half of benchmark testing. I know that it warmed up a little bit, but it seemed to hold its own. And I can't be any more proud of that or happy with that result than if I hadn't messed up in the first place. So anyway, just word of caution out there. If you are messing around, especially with sockets or something, fragile things, take your time. Be patient. Do it right. You don't have to go back and try to fix something and then forget that you have to go back and test it, and then we're in this situation like this. Does it make for decent content? I don't know. You tell me. If you liked the video, got something out of it, or just thought it was mildly entertaining, go ahead and throw a like on it. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Trying to hit 1,500. Would have loved to have done that by the end of the year. We didn't quite get it done, but that's all right. We've got this entire year to keep on going. And so we'll make this channel, we'll make it something, But to do that, I need your help. So don't. If you're not already subscribed, please do. I'd love you to do that. Don't forget to visit me on the other socials, including Discord. That Discord app is free. I'm leaving a link down in the description. We're trying to build a small little Discord community, so you're welcome to join in. And if nothing else, just if you don't do any of those other things, please just do me one favor. No, it's not go buy Girl Scout cookies. The dealers will be back in Publix before you know it. Anyway, just do me one favor, and let's be good to each other. Smile, wave, hold the door open, say good morning. The little things. Being nice, being kind, doesn't cost any money. And I think we're all capable of doing that, right? So let's take care of each other out there, okay? And take care of yourselves. Anyway, until next time, when I get myself into something I got no business getting into, and believe me, there is like 4 other videos that I'm trying to do in the middle of this. We'll see how quickly I get them published, but until next time, that's all I got. So I'll see you later.